What's up, team? So a few of you guys may know that I have recently acquired a collection. So what I'm gonna do is go through each and every animal that I picked up, as far as they're all gonna be corn snakes. So I'm gonna show you a bunch of my new corn snakes. So I think there are about 15 of them in total, so let's get started. So what I have here is a female ghost corn snake, and she actually has a little paradox spot. Hopefully you guys can see that. Right on her neck there, kind of almost looks like it's a fresh wound all the time. So I know in pictures some people have mentioned it, but yeah, it's just a paradox, and it's actually paradoxing the strawberry gene, and that's why it's so red. Paradox are usually not anything that can be genetically inherited, so if I breed this girl to another paradox animal, there's no increased likelihood that we're gonna get paradoxes. It's just something that randomly happens during development, doesn't affect the snake at all, but usually can give you some really cool looks. What I can tell you is that she's probably het for strawberry because she does have that strawberry paradox. So what I have here is a fire het for sulfur, which fire is an amel diffused and sulfur is amel diffused and caramel. So this guy is a fire het for caramel, basically. And this is a male, and we do have a sulfur female that he will be going to. So that will be exciting to get some more sulfurs. So right here's the sulfur. Like I said before, sulfur is amel diffused and caramel. Going from that fire, where you have the amel and diffused, which makes a red snake pretty much, you know, more of a dark orange to a red, the sulfur really brings in a yellowy orange look to it. And I just really love how these guys look. Just the particular yellow and orange is different from the other things that, you know, the things like butter and stuff like that. So what I have right here is a honey corn snake, which is actually a caramel to a sun-kissed. So what my plan is with these guys, I have a pair, and so that means a honey to a honey is gonna produce all honeys. Therefore, we're gonna be able to pick out the best looking ones out of those. And what I'm going to breed for are big black outlines, so we can get some black in these guys. This one's the male, there's a little bit more black on the female. So we'll see if when we breed these together we get one with a bunch of black on them. So anyway, that's what we're going for. I kind of like them without the black, but I put on Instagram a picture of these guys and said, hey, should I breed them for the black, to put more black into them, or to take the black out? And everyone said to make them, to put black into them, so that's what I'm gonna do. I would have used my personal preference if it wasn't absolutely everyone who wanted them, and quite frankly, sometimes, I mean, I could go either way. I mean, these guys are gonna be fun either way. Maybe I'll even keep back a little bit of both, who knows. So what I have here is an Llama Terrazzo. So this is the Tessera, which is the pattern gene, which makes it just a crazy busy pattern, and usually a decently solid line down the dorsal of the snake. So that Tessera is also with Ultramel. With Ultra is a kind of an allelic gene to amel in corn snakes, originally coming from a gray rat snake to a corn snake hybrid, which back in the day they used to be the same species, but now they are not. So it is technically a hybrid, even though at the time when it was done, they thought that they were the same thing. So this is the Ultramel Tessera. So what I have right here is a Llama Terrazzo. And what the lava is a gene, kind of like hypo, which just enhances those reds and oranges. And Terrazzo is the gene that pretty much blows out all the pattern on the animal. And makes it just this weird, distressed looking pattern on them. I mean, it's something different than pretty much anything else you'll see in genetic mutations in snakes. But this guy's obviously a real flighty guy and is all over the place, so it can be a little interesting to handle. But this is definitely one of my favorite combos and one of my favorite snakes. So now what I have here is our female honey. So this is going to be the girlfriend for that male she's going crazy, but for that male that I showed you earlier. But she does have a little bit more black around the saddles. Hard to tell because she's moving around and stuff like that, but can't wait to make more of these guys. So what I have right here is our next step in the honey project. This is actually a tessera, which like I mentioned before is gonna be that pattern gene, het for honey. So what we're gonna do is put that male honey to this female tessera het honey and make some tessera honeys hopefully. So I pretty much like tessera in anything, so I love honey by itself, so putting tessera in there will just be a little sugar on top. So what I have right here is actually the product of two localities. This is a female Miami to Okatee corn. So the Miami has more of a gray and red look to it, and the Okatee has more of a orange base color with red saddles, but with those large black borders around it. So you'll see a lot of Okatees out there. That's what signifies the classic Okatee look, is going to be that black pattern around the saddles there. So this one, what I'm going for is I want to make something that looks like a gray banded king snake, but is actually a corn snake. So trying to get just a gray snake base color with orange saddles and big old black outline on there, and this girl's just a great example of what we're going for, and it's only gonna get better from here. So this next guy is an A-male buff, and so obviously he looks you know, kind of like a normal A-male, except the buff gene really makes it this like sherbet colored orange and a creamy orange, and you know, I just look forward to getting into more things. It's a gene that a lot of people haven't worked much with. So I look forward to, I have two of these guys, so we're gonna move forward and see what we can do. So what I have right here is a reverse Okatee. So like I mentioned before, Okatee is a locality, but also signifies snakes that have large outlined pattern on them, usually getting a little bit more intense as it gets towards the tail there. So this is reverse, which means it's A-male to the Okatee, which makes obviously an A-male to an Okatee locality animal, which, you know, gives you an orange animal with just giant, with a lot of white on them in comparison to normal animals, and a little bit of an extreme orangey red color in comparison to a lot of your normal A-males. Overall, I think one of the best and a pretty simple mutation in corn snakes. So here I have one of my favorite snakes that we got. This is a coral ghost stripe. So the coral is actually a line bred. Oh, she's in my shirt. She is a line bred. What am I talking about? Coral is a line bred trait for those pink coloration in a lot of snows and aneries. Now ghost, as we said before, is going to be anery and hypo, and then the stripe gene, and then tessera, which tessera, when compared to a stripe, actually blows out the pattern. So stripe can be made a few different ways, but this one is a true striped animal with tessera. But I mean, if you look at it, it's hard to say, it's hard to get in the camera right now, but it is very purple down the sides, and then pink once you get to the bottom there, and then that stripe on the back is pretty much straight up pink. And then like most corn snakes, they have that yellow peeking out closer towards the head and on the bottom of the body. Overall, I really love this snake. So what we have right here is the second half to the pair of the A-male buff. This is the male A-male buff. He seems to be a little bit more extreme as far as the base color being more of that orangey yellowish tone, and just a little bit of a different look than the female. But as you're gonna see in corn snakes, there's a lot of difference between, you know, things that are the same. So you can get corn snakes in the same clutch that hold the same genes, that are expressing the same genes, that look pretty different, even though they may all be A-male or something like that. So last but not least, what I have here is a Sunglow Tessera. And Sunglow is actually just an A-male, but the white pattern is bred out. So it ends up being just a orange and red snake instead of an orange, white, and red snake. So this will be fun to breed. I have some other Sunglow stuff, you know, try to make things as red as possible. As always, I love this Tesoro pattern. And so that's really it. I'm so excited about my new projects and everything I have coming up on the future. These guys are actually gonna brumate soon, so I'm gonna put them down for the winter, and feeding will stop and I'll stop bothering them. All I do is change their water, and other than that, I don't bother them. So I'm gonna be bored for a little while and I'm gonna miss these guys, but once they come up in the spring, I'm gonna keep everyone super updated on what's going on. We're gonna have so many things breeding, so many things laying eggs, so many things eating, so many things to clean. It's gonna be a busy season, but I really look forward to it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and if you made it this far, you're on the team.